Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from ESPN Cricinfo.
The MCG, the world's largest cricket stadium, host of the iconic Boxing Day Test match to which more than 80,000 spectators throng every year. The venue of the first ever Test match and the first ODI. A stadium about which famous journalist Greg Baum once wrote, "The MCG is a shrine. It is to this city what the Opera House is to Sydney, the Eiffel Tower to Paris, and the Statue of Liberty is to New York." But around this time last year, people were saying something quite different about the MCG, in particular about its cricket pitch.
Completely unacceptable what we saw. To go through 5 days and have no deterioration whatsoever was very disappointing.
Well, I think it just needs to do something. It hasn't changed over 5 days, and I'd say if we were playing for the next couple of days, it probably wouldn't change at all either.
The Boxing Day Ashes Test saw just 24 wickets taken over 5 days, and the ICC decided the pitch was so dead it deserved a rating of poor. The whole fiasco put the spotlight back on what's been a topic of debate in Australia for the past decade: drop-in pitches. Now first, we should fill you in on what a drop-in pitch is. It's a pitch prepared outside the actual stadium and then transported in at the start of the cricket season. See, stadiums such as the MCG, the Adelaide Oval and the Optus Stadium in Perth don't just host cricket matches. There's also football, Australian rules football, and rugby matches at the grounds. So once the ground is done hosting its cricket games for the season, the pitches are taken out to greenhouses or other grounds where they are prepared for the rest of the year. The MCG pitches, for example, are 24 metres long, 3 metres wide and 20 centimetres deep, and are made of black soil with a layer of grass on the top. They are prepared in steel frames, sort of like a cake tin. When it's time for cricket, the pitches are brought into the ground on a 30-ton customised trailer and put onto cement slabs that sit 20 centimetres deep at the G. Once the cricket season is over, the pitches are pulled up by the same machine that brought them in, and the pits where they sat are filled with sand, and then artificial turf is rolled over them, so the ground looks like one uniform circle of grass. It's all pretty cool to watch, and it's got its advantages. You can decide where to put each pitch, for example. So, the best one can be put in the centre, so the Boxing Day Test is played on it. But from the time drop-in pitches began to be used in the late 20th century, there's been criticism of them. The early perception was that the pitches were too flat and took away the natural pace and bounce Australian pitches were known for, which also played to the home side strength. And everyone from former cricketers Glenn McGrath and Michael Bevan to current ones Mitchell Johnson and Ryan Harris were wooing the change.
The dropping wickets certainly don't allow a lot of pace and bounce. They don't allow a lot of spin, and traditionally when you travel around Australia, the surfaces all seem to be very similar. So the hardest thing for touring teams is to adapt for different conditions. We know that in Mumbai you have red soil, go to another place you have a darker clay. They're the challenges you face. Here, we've just become too similar, and a lot of people can adapt, and it becomes slightly boring cricket, I think.
The theory going around was that because the drop-ins were prepared in steel casings that held them together, they didn't crack and deteriorate the way regular pitches do. And head curator of the drop-in at the new Perth Stadium, Brett Sipthorpe, admits drop-ins do wear differently.
The only difference when it comes to the cracking is it's encased in steel, so we just don't know how far it's going to go, whereas in a block, because of the whole block will dry out and it'll stretch, then the cracking can go all the way across the block. Here, it won't go from tray to tray because you've got the steel to contain it.
But over the past few years, there have been signs that drop-ins don't necessarily all have to be benign tracks. The drop-in pitch at Adelaide has been praised for providing pace and bounce to seamers and some spin too, and has produced some exciting tests. Curators insist they can get drop-ins to behave similarly to fixed pitches as long as they use the same soil.
It's very much about the clay, so we're using the exact same clay. So we use the same recipe for bringing the wickets up here as what we do at the Wacker, and they play very similar. So yeah, we don't sort of try to do anything different here. We just try to keep it simple.
So can the MCG pitch get it right this time? Mitchell Stark, Australia's spearhead, says he's ready for the ground to throw up a surprise after last year's fiasco. And will Australia get more drop-in pitches over the next few years? There's been a proposal that one will be used at the SCG too, but there's been significant pushback on the idea. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.